Fourth and final matchup of the day. Thank you for joining us back after the break. I know we hyped up that last match, but we got this last one here ready to go. Vipers, Favelas, Cookies. You got Vipers. Tell us about them. Fill us in. Get us caught up.
Let me get you caught up. Okay, globally, Vipers aren't where you want to be. Thanks to their late arrival into the Challenger League, they unfortunately cannot play for the... Even though this is a playoff caliber team, in my heart, in my soul, in my mind, they cannot play for it. Instead, they will be looking to slay Biologic and Favelas today. Creators, he's going to have to be a big part of that. Creators, I'm not going to lie, this entry number almost feels wrong. I can't even believe this is happening. You would think Mr. former exit player and creators would be better than 2-6 on the entry. This isn't Tempo Tim. And you know what? I can't even come up with the nickname for him for Vipers. Like what? Viperous Tim? No. That doesn't flow. And it's just I'm gonna need more out of creators today. I'm gonna need him to create. Also, this is the GOAT. That's my analysis of Vipers. Well, it's unfortunate. I wish they could make the playoffs. It's really sad. Okay,
you know, the funny thing, me and Tanner ran that last week. You know, they could have made playoffs if they just didn't drop more than 3 points the entirety of their careers. But you know, they did. So
yeah, they would have had to go undefeated, guys.
Or it was 4 points. It was 4 points.
Hey,
so 1 OT win and 1 loss.
If you're RTV, possible, but they aren't RTV, and neither is this next team, Favelas. Although Favelas, they've been turning heads this stage, Connor.
Yeah, they definitely have, especially when you come in with a team that had very, very low expectations. The Gaming Gladiators, they barely survived. It was by the skin of their teeth. They almost weren't here in Challenger League, and then you have some core players leave, and it's unfortunate. But now you bring in a player like Biologic, looking absolutely great. And sure, Court's left as well, but barring, you know, he was in the shadow of somebody like Court's last stage, and he's actually brought to the forefront, and barring doesn't look horrible anymore. It's amazing. I've been waiting to say that for so long because I love barring as a player, and right now he's playing some pretty decent Siege, but not as much as some of his other teammates, mainly Slothy, who, if you look on the defensive side, is an absolute menace.
Yeah, this team has really started to turn things around. It's been a lot of fun watching them, in fact. But CJ, now's the time. I need more an in-depth analysis rather than just trying to come up with creative nicknames. So if you could do that for me, that would be great.
Absolutely, Brim. Would you like some statistics?
I love numbers, yeah.
Vipers has only won 29.41% of their attacks.
Wow. That is a number.
That's not good, Brim. It's not.
But it is a number.
It's not good enough. You have Mr. P, supposed to be this great IGL. Mr. B's clearing him right now. That's the truth. And in terms of attacking entry percentage, you want another stat, Brim? That is also conveniently 29.41%. Okay? Of the time they get the attacking entry. Not often. Look at the names on their team. There's some slayers. I just told you about Tempo Tim. I just told you Twist is the GOAT. I just told you about, the funny thing about Max. Max has, like, his whole Twitter's blacked out right now. And he just dropped a tweet longer on Poison. About how Poison's abusing him.
Middly.
So, yeah, I called him middly and all this. So, they got to get it together on the attacking side. And that's what my critical point is today. Do they play to plant? I don't think so.
You know what?
Play to kill.
I have a not a stat for you, but a fact, and I think this is why maybe they're not finding the success that they want. Is Vipers? His name's Poison. Vipers aren't poisonous; they're venomous.
Yes.
They got the wrong
like
mix up in there.
That's like some dictionary work I would do.
Yeah.
I'd confuse
He's got to stop bringing the poison. He's got to start bringing the venom.
Perfect, Rem.
Okay.
You get smarter every day when you making puns like this.
This is what I'm here for. Puns. This is straight facts. This is just knowledge on you. Okay. No jokes. I don't joke. I don't do that.
I vehemently hate everything that you have said.
Me too.
Vehemently hate or vehemently?
I'm so sick of this guy, bro. You know that?
Well, you don't have to deal with me for too much longer. The year is almost finished, but I'll make sure to annoy you throughout playoffs. But Connor, let's talk about Favelas. Let's take the spotlight off of the Vipers and shine some spotlight on a team. Okay, Favelas, their last loss was to Investigation File, and they've had ups for sure, but they've also had downs.
Yeah, they definitely have had downs, and a lot of the struggles that we see with the Favelas actually come on their defensive side, which is where I was kind of praising them specifically in the early round. They're currently -8, 5-13 on that defensive entry. However, conversion rate, that's a big thing to look at of what happens when they actually do get that pick. That's 100%. They have not lost a round where they have gotten a roam kill. That is where Rudy and Barring have really been the ones kind of put on islands, and are they going to get a kill? Are they not? Sometimes it can mean the entirety of the round. But for Favelas, if they kind of tweak things up just a little bit, maybe give Barring or Rudy some more support. Get the Valk cams, leave the Valk up, something like that. Heck, get inventive. I know Biologic knows how to yokai drone and kind of get Barring just going up on some inventive stuff. That could definitely be nice. And with Vipers, a lot of their success that we saw on their game against Aqualix came from the big play potential on their attacks. Just kind of focus on the trades, let things go into the simple way, and make sure you don't have people popping off for 4Ks and aces.
It's as simple as that. Just listen to what Connor says and you'll find success. And they do need success. Although I guess playoffs are out of the picture. So this game, it's just for a whole lot of fun. Cookies. You know what else is a whole lot of fun? Our map feeder segment.
You would think, right? You would think the map that we go to would be like fun map. Both teams, they're kind of in a pickle. So, it's like, maybe let's have a little fun with the map. Let's get a little creative with it. I'm seeing skyscraper bans. We're not getting a repeat. That's something. Team like Vipers bans Bill all the time. Nothing crazy until we get to the end, where it's also nothing crazy. This is Clubhouse. This is Clubhouse. Are you guys excited?
I actually am, because honestly, Connor, I don't know about you, but I feel like surprisingly this stage we haven't gotten too much Clubhouse, and I do enjoy it. I think it's always fun to watch.
I mean, we look at what the final two maps were. They were Oregon, and they were Clubhouse.
Oh, crazy.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
For the predictions, everybody going Favelas.
Connor, why have y'all lost your mind? Y'all forgot?
Do we make the same mistake twice, Connor?
It would be fun to go 0-4 today on predictions.
So wait, are you saying that you want to doom the team you vote for? Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, hey, I got a $50 PayPal payment from Poison, which is why I'm out here, just flopping over for the Favelas. Totally don't think that they're gonna win because there's internal strife potentially on the side of Vipers. You've got Twist saying, I don't want to go back to Hard Breach, even though I'm really good at it and got Pro League tryouts for it. It's not fun for me. You got Middley just being angry at his IGL. I don't think Vipers are winning.
Where's your counterpoint, Cookies? You seem to have a counterpoint every time someone makes a statement.
I'm picking Bio today. I'll take my vote back. Connor, you raised great points here. I think
you
Vipers
love Twist, but there's some things wrong with him sometimes. They got a screw loose or something.
Vipers, they've got daddy issues right now. I'm going Favelas. I think Bio has his team under control, unlike Vipers. Just a bunch of rabid dogs on Vipers. But Favelas, organized, ready to play. Why did I say organized? I know damn well Barring's about to be crotch walking. I'm tripping.
Well, Papa P, estranged as he might be, still is gonna come in hard with the team. He's gonna come in hard right now. The game is ready to go. The fourth and final one of Playday 6. Vipers, Favelas, Equalizer map, Clubhouse.
Preston. If you don't know who Preston is, he's our producer. Switch my vote. Get me off Favelas.
Your loss.
I'm on Vipers. You want to know why, John? There's a very, very, very particular reason why. I'm going to go on forever. There's a bit of a story. So after the Aerial Rise game, Tones and I were talking in a group chat. And I said, Tones, because he says I'm his go because I was a day one Tones believer. I love Tones. I've loved Tones since he teamed with JJ. That was a long time ago. But I said, Tones, you're probably one of the best frag supports in CL. You're up there with Mr. B and Rice. And Poison said, you forgot about me. And I said, you know what, Poison, you fell off. I cannot lie. You got to pick it back up. You're pretty mid right now. You are not Nocturne's Poison. And he said word. I think he's going to power up right here, right now. This is good. This is a Poison game. We're going back to Clubhouse. No more weird stuff. Poison's going back to basics, and he's taking the game.
Well, if they power up like they do in scrims, then they should be fine. And if the drama on the social media platforms with the funny bird is fake, then maybe. Could be a well-planned scheme, a ploy. To have
actually
Vipers don't have this in the bag. I did read some of that, and I was like, "What am I?"
It was pretty funny.
Like, I didn't know what to think about it. I'll be honest, because then you had Poison like replying to it all nonchalant, and I'm like, "Is this just like?"
Yeah, Poison said RT, and Max replied, "You disgust me." So just read the tweet longer.
Counter respond with Midley as well. Oh my god, it was a day to be, I don't know, a spectator of R6 drama, as that tends to be a frequent thing in the scene. Anyways, taking a look at the bans, we've got Habana and a Nook. So both Thatcher and Maverick are allowed for Clubhouse, so should allow for some pretty easy hard destruction on probably like any of the top floor bomb sites. Maybe some of the bottom ones if you can have enough, secondary breach like on like a Buck, for example, could be potent. I don't think we'll see a Cade ban because of the fact that like Thatcher and Maverick are available, but that could be. All right, it is. Thanks, Vipers, for making me look bad.
Woo.
I'm glad I didn't vote for you guys.
Wow. Why would you say that?
I can't believe Poison would betray me like that.
Also, I know the analyst desk highlighted Barring a lot. I just want to highlight Barring. You know where the first time I saw Barring play was?
Where?
RSA Season 2. He was on a team, I don't even remember what the team was called. I just remember it started with an I. And I remember they were the first team through quals. They beat out like all the T3 Giants and were the first team through quals. I remember there was this one round where Barring baited his entire team in Oregon basement and all of them died and he didn't get a single kill. And I was really mad at him for that. So Barring, you've come a long way. Even though you don't really play the game anymore. I'm proud of you. You've come a long way from whatever the hell that team was called. I don't remember. Instinct? That doesn't sound right.
You know what's also funny?
What?
You mentioned RSA. Not only is John our social media manager now, but big butt here. I catched you playing in that game. Remember you had moss issues, and you whiffed with the Ellis Scorpion as well.
I know I got pre-fired.
Nope.
I got pre-fired.
I don't think
You're
that's
talking about
what
the
happened.
Twitch. The Twitch and Fake Tower. I got pre-fired.
Oh
Anyway, I
my
found out it was
God.
Team Identity. That's what they were called.
Okay.
Also,
were
that
you
wasn't,
subbing for like Aerial Arise or something like
yeah,
that?
the Aerial Rise. That was season 3.
That was the T3 Aerial Rise back in the day. But as we reminisce about the, I wouldn't even say the good old days, just the old days, because some of it was definitely not good.
the middle days.
The middle days. We move into the now, the present, into the future of how this game will happen. We've got Vipers on a pretty light roam. Logic Bomb goes on out, so some potential info could be gathered off of that. But so far, I don't think anyone's in a close enough proximity to hear those Logic Bombs calling away the defensive phones. So Barring will just begin to work his way in. A drone giving him info. Slothy across the map finds one onto Twist, but Creators stays alive and well inside a stage and quickly makes a rotate for himself top a stage and connects another headshot because of that heads-up play.
Great job from Creators to turn the round on its head. And with Slothy such low HP, this is a really good position for Vipers so far, especially with a roam still well and good. Slothy comes in, has no idea Filthy is here, and it's a freebie. 4 versus 2 now. Arrow's looking at that doorway like, what the hell happened? I've got to go get that refrag. You cannot leave Filthy up here alone to his own devices with that shotgun. You can make a hole in the kitchen, stop you from breaching that kitchen hatch, and you can see that's exactly what Favelas are doing. They're trying to hunt him down, but he's got support from Maxley. Vigil activating his ability as the drone comes in. I'm not sure if it spotted him. There's no rotate in through Jim, though. He'll make one with the impact. Catches Arrow unaware. And now Rudy, he's left to pick up the pieces. Still 2 players on this roam. Whole minute left. Rudy's going to have to kill both of them and still execute onto the site against Creators and Poison. Armed with the 81. and Rudy won't even get maxily. Vipers take round number 1 off of a very well played roam.
Yeah, and although Favelas had good info about the roam that was happening by Vipers, it was still a lot of hot guns, especially for creators, still doing quite well over by stock, able to get 2 separate 1-for-1 kills with really no trade inside, it seemed, for the Favelas. If they potentially had more pressure inside of stock, whether that be through above with verticality, or if you just had somebody else that was outside near the stock doorway closer to the warehouse spawn, or the one closer towards the other kitchen doorway, that could have potentially been, the final remedy to actually deal with creators, but instead they were hoping that it could just be a direct 1-for-1 barring to win that gunfight, but he didn't, and then Bio tried to trade as the rotate hole was made, and he also did not succeed in winning that engagement. And after that, Favelas still had to not only worry about that middle floor presence, but the entire top floor, because again, they didn't really put all too much into trying to clear out that top floor until it was just far too late. And now for Favelas, looks like they want to double down on being a bit more effective on that roam clear by maybe bringing out the Nomad as well, just to make sure once they get that map control in the early round, it's not going to be retaken by Vipers later on.
So, bar defense for Vipers. I love bar defenses. They're bringing the Bandit. Give a headache to the hard breachers upstairs. Poison is on the Echo as well, banking on the fact that Favelas are going to be taking from stock garage side and not working their way through strip, and it doesn't appear that they're doing so. So Poison's going to have strip all to himself to play off his yokais. Castle barricades as well to create a bit of a maze on the upstairs. Some of the castle barricades could be downstairs to assist the roam game as well. Maxley on smoke, an interesting decision. Not an operator we typically see him on, but we'll see if it works out nonetheless. Favelas already making their presence known on the east side of the map. Not really pressuring out the roam much. There's one on the top floor, but they're mainly situated in and around stock side. They got plenty of drones set up. Flank watch in the basement as well. We'll have to take care of Twist and who is that upstairs? Twist and Filthy, I want to say. Yes.
Yes.
And Maxley. I didn't realize Maxley's upstairs too.
Well, so long as the Favelas are able to make sure that no one can get back into construction room, they should have enough control on that top floor to maybe go for a stage plant. But with no Osa, doesn't seem like there's a lot of coverage barring. Trying to make sure they could get some logi control is quickly eliminated by Maxley. And now things start to get a little more complex. Favelas now trying to adjust by forcing this top floor pressure all the way back downstairs, but it might not matter. It could just be far too late, as it's still a 5-on-3 now for Vipers in the lead. Sure, they've given up the top floor, but they've got plenty of bodies to back up just a proper execute if Favelas want to attempt that.
I don't even know where creators got that kill, but well, it's a 5 versus 3. I also now understand why they played Maxley on smoke, because he was in that upstairs position. You want an aggressive player on that smoke if you're in a more frontal position. Kind of explains why they don't have a typical support player playing that operator. Filthy, looking like he wants to peek in. He knows there's people pushing into Wolf, but he's afraid of this hatch. No one, I believe, from the attack is actually up there as an EMP gets sent in. Of course, he's using a scoped weapon, so the sight is not disabled. Spotted for just a second by Bio, but none of those shots land. Finally, Arrow does make his way upstairs, and he does have an angle down onto the doorway and those head holes as he starts sending smokes down to cut off those angles. Creators in the basement is going to have to rotate upstairs to help his team. There is C4 presence from Twist, but he's all the way by main stairs, not really in any position to use it. However, the most important thing we got to pay attention to, John, is Poison on those yokais. Io gets 1 kill. Creators and Maxley get 1 back for each of them, and Creators a 3K, actually a buddy ace for those 2 players. And we don't even need the yokais. No plant attempt was even found from the Favelas.
Max just having pure passion today in the all chat. A 2nd win in a row for Vipers. Don't see that one every day, especially in stage 3, but so far their roam extensions have been pretty spot on. It seems like the Favelas are just really disjointed and haven't managed to find a way to attack these extensions in multiple fronts at the same time. We saw everyone just kind of charging in through construction, and if you're only getting pressure from that part of the map, You're going to have to worry about the Logi rotate, as there was no one playing on the hatch for the offense, and you're going to have to worry about someone peeking from that master doorway leading into the construction room with no one on highway. That's also a problem. Even then, you've got longer angles you can hold on that exact same doorway, so a lot of positions can be held by the defense with relative ease, and only until the Favelas lost somebody on their team did they decide it was a good idea to rotate. And even then, they completely gave up construction, it seemed, and just all went to Jacuzzi. Not a single time did we see anyone try to pressure Logi properly unless it was just through construction. And even then, that was the cause of an opening death, granting Vipers that 5 versus 4. So really, these attacks have not been well coordinated at all for Favelas so far.
They have not. And, well,
Okay.
not a great start to the next. Slothy spawn peaked off rip by Middley, who's currently 5-0. Fun fact, John, if my memory serves me correctly, Maxley has not gone positive in a CL game yet. We might see his first today, and I certainly hope we do, because Maxley has proven to be a rather talented player. Creators as well. Also, Deathless gets his 6th kill of the game. Mr. Cal Keeg has not seen a single person yet in the first two, I guess 2.4 rounds, as there's 2 deaths. Filthy's also on dock. What is can we, Mr. Observer? Can we see what's Filthy doing?
He's not Rafters, is he? Oh, no, he is.
He
All
is.
right. He's just going to stim himself up and be a juggernaut on Rafters.
Never mind.
Well, stims can't save you from a headshot.
Cool.
Unlucky. Well, thanks for trying,
Huh?
Freon. Oh, okay,
Bar?
Twist. Just challenges that. Okay.
But what was Bar?
And just asking to get shot.
The drone?
I guess he felt bad that, they just got a freebie and there was no trade inside, and now they're like, all right, we'll let you trade. It's on a different player, all good.
All right, well, 2 hard breachers left in a 2 versus 4. Minute 20 left. Poison still with all 3 gas canisters remaining, trying to make a bid for his first, not just first kill, but first engagement of the game. Barricade open allows Maxley through, and there it is. Maxley, another kill. Poison with his first. What? Nah, that is ridiculous.
Arrow using a term I say quite frequently whenever you get a shotgun kill that's really far away. Packing slugs with the Mossberg.
That was insane. Through Mav holes, no less. He could
So
only
even
see
less
that
pellets
guy's
are gonna
legs.
hit.
That
Yeah.
is crazy.
I guess CT would try to mesh this fake word together. The biblicity of that.
Yeah.
Of that kill. Going down in mid-house history, since we're on the topic of mid-play. Vipers so far, anything but mid. They've only had like a handful of deaths, and that's just on Filthy and Twist. Everyone else has not died a singular time, and they're flawless currently on the round count as well, whereas Favelas, they can't even clear a roam extension on a map like Clubhouse, where roaming is incredibly frequent. Really gotta wonder what the thought process is, and if they weren't expecting this kind of, I guess, aggression by Vipers.
Yeah, I mean,
That might have been it, but it's really jarring to see them just drop the ball this badly on a default map like Clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, so far the Favelas have a 1.0 KPR as a team.
Ow.
Oh no.
Definitely seems like Maxley got a new haircut, if you catch my drift. The way he's playing.
All right. Is he still standing there holding the impact?
I don't think he's holding it anymore. No.
All right, no, he's gone. All right, yeah, here.
It normally highlights it like in blue or something if they're gonna.
Oh, yeah,
orange
you're
going on
right.
the
It
team
does
side.
do that.
Yeah. Cool little trick if you didn't know that, but really hard to find if you're not looking for the attention of detail. Favelas, I think for once they're gonna try to clear out Logi through the hatch.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see. I'm glad to
well,
see that happen.
There goes
But
the
if they
drone. Did you
only-
see that?
Yeah, if they only go through the hatch, then that's still going to be a problem. It's still the same issue of funneling in through one direction, but doesn't seem like it. Jacuzzi wall gets opened up, and a good chunk of the offense is working in through CCTV and rafters. So it seems like they are fully collapsing on this top floor, but it is taking quite a while.
So, like you said, wall open, hatch open, bio and con. We'll see how they tackle Logi. Twist holding the breach from inside Gym. The guy in Logi also has a rotate out gold. Filthy has been stunned and is just going to say, you know what? Screw this. I was going to dip. Both he and Twist, both upstairs roamers, now gone. Out from the clutches of Favelas. I mean, hey, they wasted a minute 40, so why the hell not? You don't need to be up there anymore. And the Favelas are still wasting time because they think they're still up there.
Once again, info being gathered, but in null and void places. Actually, no, Bio does locate where Maxley is playing at, but I'm pretty sure he's going to hear that barricade get opened up, although he is farther away from it than the beginning of the round. So Bio might have to keep a heads up, as this could be a free kill for Maxley if he's in the right place. Yeah, he's very much aware of that, I think.
I don't know. He was aiming towards Pool before, but now with the barricade going down like that, actually sure as hell heard it. Barring hits the deck. 004 as Twist blows him up with a C4. Maybe he was a bit far away from it. Either way, truly unfortunate. Exothermic charge on the soft wall will open Dirt. Twist a second kill onto Biologic. And now it's a 3 versus 5. 27 seconds remaining. Favelas have wasted time. They've wasted manpower. And they've really got nothing to show for it. Arrows move down Dirt. I mean, he could make a little cheeky hole with his suppressor and maybe find a kill, which he does. Poison now dead and on the floor, but not before Creators takes out another one of his teammates. Wow, Rudy just went for that, and Filthy was there to react. Leaves Arrow alone in a 1 versus 4, and he'll get finished off by the shotgun, which means, John, not only do Vipers take their 4th round in a row, but Favelas maintain their measly 1.0 KPR.
Not the best we've seen so far by the Favelas, and Vipers as a whole, even when their roam doesn't necessarily do any damage in terms of finding kills, still wasted a lot of time and forced the Favelas to once again, it almost seems like they want to change up how they're attacking on this map. They did spend a lot of resources dealing with that roam game. And, you know, to be fair, better safe than sorry. They couldn't even get to the first floor, so if they want to try to clear out the top floor properly, then maybe they could begin to work their way a little bit lower. I can respect that. But it just took so much time again to then rotate from that top floor down below. It took Bio forever to get his way over through Strip, and that didn't even grant them a kill. Maxley just left. He decided to go away, be productive somewhere else, and Favelas just ended up stalling away their own time, leaving them vulnerable to just late round, just surprise attacks like that Nitro Cell by Twist, and a secondary kill by him as well with his regular gun. So once again, Favelas just, they're not looking sharp on Clubhouse, and Viper Esports, I mean, they're capitalizing on that so well in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, Poison is 1-1. He's seen exactly actually he's seen exactly one person. The guy who killed him because it was a suppressor barricade. Sneaky play.
Back turn.
So Poison only seen one person. I mean, as a hard support, that means everyone else is doing their job. Creators and Maxley are both deathless. They are a combined 13-0. That is unheard of. So, when do I get to brag about being the only one to vote Vipers?
Never.
Why?
Absolutely never.
Why?
Because I said so. I'm sure the desk, the smart people, they could probably figure
You know
that
what?
out
Yeah,
as
but
to
your
why.
last name is...
Yeah, I was gonna say, good luck. Well,
I was
you
close
know,
enough.
Yeah, like kind of there. The first like, not even like the first like vowel that came spewing out of your mouth was anywhere accurate. But you know, you tried, eh? For effort, I guess.
Whatever. I like to
If
see
I-
you pronounce my Chinese name.
If only that, yeah. If only that, you know, A for effort mentality went along the way of Favelas. Maybe they'd have a couple of more rounds in this predicament. But currently, they're still sitting down at a 4-round deficit currently, as they just now get the stock wall opened up. Creators, losing a bit of HP from that breaching charge, is still doing just fine. Just going to wait in case someone rotates back into his line of sight. And for now, Favelas, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They're gathering some more information to make sure Slothy can begin to push onward a little bit safer. And maybe they go in for this final execute as well, as Util is getting hucked out. And Rudy, watching a long angle, just picks apart at the last bit of health left on Creators' body.
We'll see if Favelas can get any kills beyond that, and it looks like they've got a pretty good chance to. Arrow completes the plant in a 5v4. Arrow, a kill as well. The 1.0 KPR now broken. And Vipers in a tough situation, unable to get this retake going. Filthy finally gets one back, but Slothy trades him and Twist is alone. 1 versus 2 now as he slams Bio, trying to stick on that defuse, but Slothy's covering, and the Favelas take their first round.
Finally looking much stronger, it seems. But this is I don't even know if you can call this a tertiary bomb site, since a lot of teams don't even like to go to Barn Stage, but it's still a site that isn't in play all too much when Clubhouse is eventually selected by 2 teams. Still, though, a significantly better clear. Favelas able to play off the info, knowing where they can attack from and how they can slowly close in on Viper Esports once they have to eventually move themselves away from the roam extension. And when you didn't see them lead those main extension areas, once those lines of sites were opened up, that allowed people like Rudy to work the open and kill into creators. Now you don't have to worry about that long pool table line of sight, and with smoke grenades already flying in on the opposite side of bar and someone playing over by kitchen, there's a lot of coverage to actually get that diffuser down, completely forcing Vipers to go on some sort of retake. And still with Favelas having that man advantage, the retake seemed very challenging as is, as Favelas were playing off each other's contact fairly well during that post-line position. But now the Vipers can go back to CCTV room, and although this can still be a challenging site to defend, it has looked pretty good for them so far in this first half.
Certainly has. 4-1 half so far. A 5-1 split is certainly nothing anyone would complain about.
Especially on the
Unfortunately,
defensive side.
Exactly. Unfortunately, Maxley and Creators have suffered their first deaths, so a little bit sad. But glad the Favelas are finally in the game. If they can take one more round here, you know, they're still in it. You could just be seeing a defender-sided Clubhouse, but they'll have to, once again, flush out a Viper's roam.
See how well
Just
this
downstairs
clear.
this time.
Let's see how well this clear could actually work out. There is still a light extension over in their bedroom, but Creators, knowing a little bit better, doesn't want to give himself up too much. Already a plethora of drones just gone to the wayside here by Favelas, and we continue to talk about their info game. That could definitely be a problem to bite them in the rear if some sort of flank potentially appears. Although there are claymores for Favelas, only one has been placed right now. So the opportunity for this roam game on the first floor to really spring into action in the late round is definitely there.
Wow, that was a ballsy play from Barring, one that he almost pays the price for as Twist was watching it. Arrow now going to go ahead, try and breach the single panel wall. The impact trick is set up though, and strange that Favelas don't even account for it. He just slapped that on and was like, yeah, all right, job's done. And well, now they have no more thermite charges. The only hard breach they have left is one Selma from Rudy, who, if he wants to avoid the impact trick, is going to have to put it down low. And Twist ends up getting the first kill of the round on the Slothy. Not a great situation for Favelas at all. There goes the Selma, and it's not low enough to avoid the impact. So no more hard breach. You've got the main wall open, sure, but that's not going to be enough. You need con open, or you need garage, and Favelas have neither. With 50 seconds to go, and now Rudy dead trying to open the garage barricade, dead to a dock, no less. This is going from bad to worse. Bio does kill the Rafters player, but there's no one there to take the control.
Yeah, although they were able to kill Filthy, they're still trying to poke and prod more or less near a construction-sided attack, if not hopping in through CCTV through one of the back windows. Arrow may find one, but Barring currently by himself in the site, the only one left alive now for the Favelas. He may spot the guy in red, but cannot react upon Poison's position. Vipers, they take a very dominant 5-1 scoreline in this first half. This game might be over before we know it. And as a whole, Harrison, we've had a very fast day in terms of matches.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Right?
Unless I
Aerial
jinx it.
Aerial one shot was 7-3.
The longest games we've had were 7-3.
Apocalypse LG was 7-3, and yeah, Unemployment IF was 7-1.
7-1. Yeah.
I don't know what wake up no stylist means.
I've never heard Maxley say that phrase in my life. So I honestly would really
I'll look it up
appreciate
on
if I could
Google.
talk to, I honestly want to talk to Max about that. Maybe Poison as well. Maybe he would know, since he's the one who has basically brought his teammate on his Joker arc, if you could call it that. Well, Max and the rest of Vipers definitely seem to be
I
embracing
think
the
it's
chaos.
I think it's a rap song
Okay.
by an artist that I've never heard of, named Destroy Lonely. It says his genre hip hop / rap, Christian. So, I guess Maxley is into Christian music. You know, more power to you.
Hey, I mean, there is a church on Clubhouse, so take it as you
True.
will.
He's gonna be down there jamming out the gospel, belting his lungs out.
And then killing people. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway,
Barring's 006.
you think we'll see him?
Uncharacteristic of Baring.
Hey, you think we'll see him power up on the defensive side, or do you think we're gonna have him turn into Mr. Bond, the B in Baring standing for Bond?
Perhaps. I'm Sean Connery. I cannot get a kill on Clubhouse.
At least for Vipers, they can get the back wall open up, although they haven't really had a lot of problems with getting kills.
Yeah.
Poison's still having a really good stat line in terms of a support player, and still doing his job as well. Actually trying to work this first engagement, but has to break the barricade leading into B1 first, and is potentially expecting more backup throughout the rest of this map. Baring doesn't go 007!
Wow.
He finds a kill onto Twist. Impressive. Surely that could slow down Vipers and power up Baring.
1 kill. Impressive.
It seemed fitting, you know?
That's true. So,
I love
Baring.
Baring.
He is a great defensive player. This could be where he heats up. Your statement definitely has historical merit. So Twist is dead. We still got Poison, who may still have hard breach. Baring is dancing with the door. As Creators works his way in, Filthy opens the wall. Baring doesn't expect it, and we're all even now. 4 versus 4. Half the round remaining for Vipers to go ahead, confirm the rest of the map is clear, start opening walls, and set up for the execute.
Say, at least now for Vipers, like you mentioned, they can begin to go down on that execute. Interested to see if Vipers will still opt to work their way in through blue stairs, as although they have someone beginning to creep down bottom main, that's really the only control that Vipers currently have. Someone is beginning to rotate over towards dirt, but they'll still have to get that part opened up, and actually they have no more hard breach. With that impact going off as well, the kitchen hatch remains shut too. What options do Vipers have besides maybe going down through bottom main? Oh no, the wall's been left soft. They used their reinforcements for the extension, Harrison. This could be massive for Filthy.
There is a Legion in play. I wouldn't doubt if there's a goo mine somewhere in dirt, but like you said, losing all your hard breach, dangerous proposition here for Vipers. Surprised that neither team has really accounted for an impact trick. Poison's just kind of try and flash out Jen and walk down, but Arrow peeks out, and Poison was turned around. Filthy the next to die. Creators gets the refrag in blue, but it's now him and Maxley. 1 in blue, 1 down main, and a 2 versus 3. Maxley's going to try and pop open the wall, but just dies to Church, and now it's Creators alone with 9 seconds left. There's 1 kill onto Rudy. Got to look for 2 more, but can't hit the shots. Bio gets him, and Favelas take their first defense.
And funny enough, with Baring stepping up, doing a good job on the entry kill, that did weaken a lot of what Vipers were bringing to the table in terms of hard destruction. Even if again, with the dirt wall being soft, even though they were able to get that opened up, because they didn't have an entryway into kitchen, they couldn't flush out a proper execute by having people kitchen dirt along with blue stairs as well to fully attack that one portion of the map. Their blue presence as well seemed pretty lacking. So Favelas were just able to pick apart Vipers as they only had a handful of areas that they truly needed to worry about. Even if you're playing over by, blue near that generator, you can easily avoid any contact towards dirt. And again, with no one playing kitchen, you're not really holding a very damaging angle. So you have to make yourself very vulnerable and walking into the bomb site with that lack of a kitchen presence. Pretty much Favelas just forcing the hand of Vipers because they were just short on utility, but still a tough place to bring yourself back from. It's still a 3-round deficit, and Vipers are only 1 round away from getting match point. It's not over just yet for Favelas.
It's never over.
Job's not finished.
Damn, Creators is 11-2. He's doing real well. Analyst just called him out. CJ was just talking about Tempo 10. Where he been all this time? He's right here. He's currently playing. He is 11-2 and is now being put on Maverick. Poison gonna go ahead and insta open this wall because there's no mute, there's no bandit, there's no Cade. Didn't have to worry about nothing. C4 gonna pop open that Logi hatch for creators, and it's not gonna find anyone. So Rudy, wasted utility.
Very kind of Rudy. I think he heard creators get on his secondary gadget, or technically his primary, because he was trying to open up with the blowtorch and was getting ready to throw a nitro cell just a little too early. And funny enough, creators probably heard the Velcro ripping as well, which is a very loud cue if you're in close enough proximity. Selma goes off. That forces back Slothy. Rudy as well, still having that Logi hatch opened up by his own means. He'll have to be a little more vulnerable in this position, but just barely getting down from the hatch. Unfortunately, Slothy is not as lucky. Creators will rip him to shreds. That roam completely evaporated by Vipers, and Rudy just barely living to tell the tale.
Mirror window inside of the site going to get opened up so that the attackers cannot use it against the defense with the way they're pushing in. And Rudy, despite the low HP, frags Maxily. So there's the equalizer for a piece. Don't know where Max was, but he's dead now. Where? Huh? Anyway, Creators' next goal, probably to open something. No? He doesn't care? He's going out on the balcony? All right, fair enough. Poison does still have an exothermic charge, so as long as they avoid the impact trick, which doesn't exist because there's no impacts, they'll be able to open con. And Creators is just going to go crazy. 2 kills on the site. Aring and Rudy leave themselves very exposed. There's still an ace on the board, so that means the wall has been opened. They don't even need Poison over there. Case has been dropped. Luckily, though, they don't need it. Filthy and Poison clean up the round. And Vipers, map and match point. Wow, that was really funny.
I mean,
that timing was comedic. Poison starts shooting at the guy, and he just gets nuked.
The coordination on that round for Vipers was fantastic. Almost everyone rotating around to be of some aid for that construction overclear, having someone now take the place of Creators after he had a very impactful play near that CCTV window, and still not really, undervaluing any of the presence on the actual site itself, still having those grenades on the first floor to make the rest of your team's life a lot easier when they try to enter into the bomb site. Once again, everyone doing their part so well, and Vipers completely demolishing that roam as well from the very start. Although Rudy did get a bit of a clap back with a trade, he was still very low in HP and eventually had to come back to the bomb site where he was promptly met by a lot of angry attackers there to just shut him down and finish off what they had started. Vipers now another 4-round advantage and 1 round away from match and series point. I think we're the ones that look like the fools, as finally Vipers, they have woken up.
We?
Whatever.
Who's we?
Yeah.
You can't spell we without E.
At least it's not the French we. That would be really disgusting.
Shout out to Quartz. He just won his game.
Yeah, he got the dub.
Love that guy.
A very uncommon French victory.
Quartz is a character. Let's see. How do Vipers deal with Jim? Well, Rudy is in the basement. He's in oil pit. He's hearing the Claymore. He sees the laser, but he does not see Maxily, who knows he's there and just destroys him through the grate. Well, bye, Rudy.
No stylist again for Rudy. You think he'd get the memo by now, but clearly not. Max is proving a very potent point.
Isn't the point having no stylist? So maybe Rudy has a stylist, and that's why he's dead.
No, I think it's that Max is very stylish, and Rudy is not.
Oh, and that Max doesn't need a stylist to be stylish.
Maybe.
Wow. Speaking of, stylishly enters Cash and kills the hell out of Barring. Maxley with 2 kills on the round already. And John, there's still 1:40 left. Hasn't even been halfway. They've got 2 kills in full Cash control. Fantastic attack so far for Vipers.
We synced up our wows, and once again, Vipers have synced up their attacks as a whole, granting us that shock value along with the rest of the audience, wondering how Favelas have looked relatively strong throughout this stage, yet cannot do so well against the Serpent team of Viper. Slothy finally slows down Max to a complete halt, but Twist is there in the quick response. Arrow eventually refrags back onto Twist, but still, it's a stable man advantage for Viper. Sure, they don't have the case, but they have the victory. Probably the best we have seen Vipers all of Stage 3, and at least for you, you're probably glad to see them at this stopping force, as you got the prediction points, but hey,
I
on to them finally as a team that just isn't good on scrim day. They're showing up on game day.
Yes, they are. I would also, I see in our Challenger League Discord social media channel that Preston screenshotted the all Favelas prediction. Preston, put the real screenshot up, please, of me choosing
The real Vipers fan, please stand up.
That's me.
That's you.
I'll stand up right now. Wait, I gotta bring them. Okay, wait. My mic stand. All right, my mic stand is not. My mic arm is not tall enough to bring with me standing up. But anyway, cool game for Vipers. 7-2. I thought this game was at least going to be like a little bit close, and it wasn't. No, Vipers. Mr. P. Like we said, I think the Clubhouse map choice was really good, right? Because Gaming Gladiators, back when they were Gaming Gladiators, very good Clubhouse team. They haven't played it yet this stage, but Poison, talked to his team and said, listen, guys, we got to go back to basics. All this stuff we're doing, all these maps we've been playing, like, what have they played? They played Chalet, didn't work out. They played, where's Vipers? They played Bank.
Oregon, that worked. Bank did not
Played
work
Bank.
out, though.
Yeah, Oregon worked. Yeah, see, another good point. Oregon worked, and then Theme Park didn't. So all these, complex, interesting maps they're bringing out hasn't worked. You got to get the basics down first. Oregon and Clubhouse being wins for Vipers. But that's it, John. That's it.
Yeah.
For us today and this weekend. We're not casting tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be Jonah and Carter all day, just like you had us all day. So that's going to be it for us this weekend, but we still got a death segment to go through. We've still got more games tomorrow to ensure the seeding of playoffs because all 4 playoff teams are confirmed. It's just, where they're going to play. So back to the desk one more time tonight to talk about Vipers and Favelas, talk about CJ and Connor being wrong and me being very, very right.
Connor, are you pleased with yourself? Did you get what you wanted
Yeah.
in that 0-4 day?
Because Carter, casting links, if you guys did not know, he decided to ditch us today for a really unimportant event. It was just a wedding of a close family friend, totally not important.
Ugh.
But what
He's not
he
a
said
true
at the beginning
gamer.
of the day, when our wonderful producer made one simple request, he said, "Hey guys, can we do our predictions?" Guess what Carter, aka Casting Links, said to our wonderful producer? He said, "I'm busy. Just copy Connor's." So, I purposely went 0-4.
Sweet justice.
I went 0-4. Stick it to the man.
You know who didn't go 0-4 cookies? Creators. Far from it. 15-3. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I demanded Tempo Tim and we got it today. 15-3. That's what I expect every day, Tim. I call him Tim because we're buddies. We go back. We go back to 1964. Me and Tim. But the thing is, right, the Favelas, I've never in all my days, I don't think I've ever seen a team make attacking with Thatcher and Mav up on Clubhouse look quite as difficult as they did. They made it look like they were playing a game of Tower. It was, honestly, I'm not even quite sure how that was the case. Connor, do you have any hypothesis as to how this could be? Clubhouse is supposed to be attacker side. What happened?
I'm just going to jump in here and say Vipers. Vipers happened and Favelas had no real response. And sorry to interrupt, but I'm just going to jump in here because we can't keep the man waiting, okay? Mr. Papa P, Poison, is ready for an interview, so we'll wrap this up after Poison. Poison, we didn't have your back there, and I apologize for that because you guys put on a clinic Was the
Thank you.
confidence just high? Like, were you guys
I
feeling
mean-
yourselves going into this?
Not really. We didn't even have a warm up scrim. Like Twist like came home from something like last second. Like we like last second had to cancel our warm up scrim. So we kind of just like came in just like having fun and like we're just
Mhm.
chilling, you know, having a blast with the boys playing the game. So you know.
I mean, a number of you guys showed up today, but creators, is this his best game this stage so far? Like, he was
Yeah,
insane.
it's gotta be. I mean, Tim's just a beast, and like he was just like running around, and everything he was doing was just working great. So
Hmm.
he was just having fun doing Tim things, having
Now,
fun.
I'm sure you were probably putting in work behind the scenes, but 3 and 3 on the day. You didn't have
Yeah.
to be very busy yourself, did you?
I was the back line of defense. They didn't need to get to me, so if they had to get to the back line, I might have had to do something. But I was just there for the ride, having fun with the boys.
Well, it was fun to watch. Thank you so much, Poison, and hopefully we'll be talking any of these couple of days coming up.
All right, sounds good. We'll try to actually win a game. All right, see you.
Sounds good. Well, Connor, I'll let you take the floor again here since I so rudely
Yes.
just pulled the rug out from underneath you. I need you to get in and apply some of your thoughts to not just the game but the day. You know,
Well-
we had quite the day.
Biggest thing for me, DJ asked me a question. I already forget what it was. I want to say that beautiful man that we just had interviewed. Did he seem like a dictator? Did he seem like a mean man? Did he seem like a tyrant? Did he seem like somebody who would call his teammate middly and belittle him?
Yes.
Probably. What?
Mhm.
We don't know. We don't know what's behind the curtain. Could be some strings or just something, but overall today was very, very fast. It was a very,
Yeah.
very fast day. Almost every game was just an absolute smacking.